The professional standards for teaching were developed to help teachers improve their practice and ensure that they are providing high-quality instruction to their students. In particular, the Domain 2 learning environment is an essential component of effective teaching. By ensuring that learners feel safe and secure, treating all learners fairly, maintaining an organized and structured classroom environment, encouraging learner participation, promoting purposive learning, and managing learner behavior, teaching can create positive and supportive learning environment that helps learners achieve their full potentials.
In this video, it will show the exposure of the field study students to the various activities that allows them to identify practical and feasible classroom routines and procedures in learning, evaluate appropriate educational intervention in creating safe and conducive learning, and acquire higher concepts of learning strategies in establishing their own procedures. And this can be done through an interview to an experienced classroom teacher and through observing a class. Today, we are going to discuss the Domain 2 learning environment, which consists of 6 strands that are essential in creating a conducive environment for learning.
Based on our interview, this is how Ms. Mejia managed her classroom. As she said, she makes sure that her classroom is clean, organized, and safe. Also, she sees to it that the classroom is always conducive to learning and spacious too. So, she limits her furniture like cabinets and tables. Additionally, management is very important to Ms. Mejia, so she set rules for her students inside the classroom that they will follow. Ms. Mejia is also a very strict teacher in terms of disciplining her students because she believes that this will make them understand the education needs a lot of it.
According to Mrs. Mejia, she made her lesson relevant to all by integrating to different learning areas wherein the students could relate the actual or real-life situations. Due to the DepEd Order Number 21 Series of 2023 or the implementing guidelines for Brigada Eskwela that stated by VP Sara, she plans to put only 2 tables and cabinets and a large bulletin board, wherein she will put the pupil works, PTA meeting, and the competency from different subjects areas that serve as the transparency for parents, teachers, and students.
Upon interviewing Mrs. Mejia, she engaged her students in all learning activities by group work and collaborations, games, and differentiated activities such as role plays, think, pair, share, wherein the students could interact with each other and share ideas. Classroom activities play a vital role in a student's life. It offers to teach through various tasks assigned in the classrooms. Every activity aims at providing students with opportunities to deepen their learning. It improves their high-order thinking skills.
As we observe, Mrs. Mejia's classroom is set up like a traditional classroom, with tables and chairs facing the front of the room where the teacher's desk is. Also, the classroom has a smart TV for further interactivity in learning. The classroom of Mrs. Mejia is neat, clean, and conducive to learning. Additionally, she makes sure to limit the furniture to create a spacious classroom. Mrs. Mejia starts the class with greetings and prayer and followed by taking attendance, going over the day's agenda, and then Mrs. Mejia leads a quick activity to get the students involved. She then gives a lecture on a specific topic and leads a whole group discussion after that. So, students complete homework or projects connected to the lesson on their own or in small groups. Overall, Mrs. Mejia 5th grade classroom is structured to support student learning engagement.
During the observation, we see that students tend to communicate and interact with each other with their teacher. Some are engaged in classroom discussions. The students are reciting whenever the teacher asks questions. They are also working collaboratively in groups and asking questions to their teachers and peers. Additionally, We observe that Mrs. Mejia encourages open communication and promotes a positive classroom environment that helps foster healthy communication and interaction among her students. Furthermore, she incorporates interactive and engaging teaching methods such as hands-on activities or group work that may help encourage her students to communicate and collaborate with each other more effectively. Overall, we observe that effective communication and interaction among students is an important aspect of a successful classroom learning environment.
Some of the routines and procedures in Mrs. Eileen Mejia are the first. Students will enter the classroom quietly and get started on greetings, prayers, checking of attendance, and some routine activities like singing and dancing. Secondly, students are turning in homework at the beginning of class. Then, they will have a review to the past lesson and start discussing the new lesson. Thirdly is the students are listening attentively and actively participating in class discussions by raising hands and waiting to be called on. Lastly, students are packing up materials, cleaning the whole room, and waiting for dismissal instructions at the end of the class. With that, having a consistent and routines and procedures in place, students know what is expected of them and what they need to focus on learning. Also, a consistent routines and procedures promotes a positive and productive learning environment for students.
Creating a safe and conducive learning environment has a positive effect on learners. It makes them feel comfortable and secure, which allows them to focus on their studies. Learners are more likely to participate in class discussions, ask questions, and express their opinions when they feel safe. They are also more likely to develop positive relationships with their classmates and teachers. Ultimately, a safe and conducive learning environment can lead to improved academic performance and overall well-being of learners.
One member from the group has constructed her own set of rules and regulations to make the learning environment safe and conducive for students. And these rules are almost the same with other members. As a pre-service teacher, Ms. Lolita prioritizes creating a safe and conducive learning environment for her students. She established a set of rules and regulations to promote positive behavior, respect, and academic excellence among her students. The rules include showing respect to classmates, the teacher, and the visitors to the classroom. Another rule is being honest. Honesty for her is essential in communicating ideas, building strong relationships, and setting boundaries. Next rules is keeping the classroom clean because it promotes a healthy learning environment. The next rule is being responsible because students must take responsibilities for their learning by preparing for class, submitting assignments on time, and actively participating in discussions. Lastly, following direction should be established because it is crucial life skills necessary for success in any setting. Students are expected to follow the teacher's instruction and ask for clarification if necessary. In conclusion, Ms. Lolita's rule and regulations aim to create a positive and productive learning environment for her students.
Accomplishing an activity related to PPST Domain 2 learning environment has provided us with plenty of knowledge on how we can make the environment safe and conducive to our learners. A safe and conducive learning environment is essential for our students to thrive and achieve their full potential. In order to ensure a secure and suitable atmosphere for students, it is essential to create and establish a set of rules and regulations for students to follow at the beginning of the school year. This must be done in a way that is appropriate for students' age and is easy to understand or comprehend. The regulations should be impartial and implemented consistently to maintain a sense of safety and protection in the classroom. Also, a teacher can create a classroom environment that is welcoming, inclusive, and respectful, encouraging encouraging positive behavior and promoting respect for each other's differences can go a way in creating a conducive atmosphere for learning. Teachers can achieve this by organizing group activities, discussions, and projects that encourage students to work together and learn from one another. By fostering a sense of community in the classroom, students will feel more connected to their peers and be more likely to participate in class activities. Overall, we have learned that creating a safe and conducive learning environment requires a holistic approach that takes into consideration both the physical and emotional well-being of students. By establishing a positive classroom environment, ensuring a suitable physical space, and providing emotional support, teachers can create an environment where students feel safe, valued, and motivated to learn. Suitable
She said that makita
To Mrs. Mejia.
Tables and chairs facing the front.
that they will follow. Hoy, ulit. Hindi ba nag-araw?
Ay, wait lang.
And we are your future educators.